Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the WWE 2003 pay-per-view DVD collection. So, yep. Now before we get started with that, be sure to subscribe and hit that like button, and make sure to turn on all notifications. So let's do it. Let's hop right into it. So the first pay-per-view, 2003, was obviously the Royal Rumble. Speaking of which, the Royal Rumble event is actually tonight, but I'm not going to watch it. I don't want to see the tribal jerk-off defend his Universal Championship against Kevin Owens, because we know who's going to win. So, screw that crap. Anyway, so this is Royal Rumble 2003. We have Triple H, Kurt Angle, Scott Steiner. Arguably, this was the worst match with Triple H and Scott Steiner. Yeah, there's Brock Lesnar. At least I think that's Brock Lesnar. So yeah, this was the night when Brock Lesnar won the Royal Rumble. Yippee. And of course, this was the night where Triple H and Scott Steiner had that terrible world title match. In everyone's opinion, I didn't mind it very much. It was okay. It could have been better. And then of course, this was the night where Chris Benoit and Kurt Angle had that amazing WWE Championship match. But of course, that is all but forgotten because of the atrocity that took place in the summer of 2007, June 25th to be exact. So, yeah. So it's Royal Rumble. Great show, really great show. So, alright, next up is No Way Out 2003. This is the night when Hulk Hogan and The Rock had that epic encounter, which was kind of ruined at the end with Vince McMahon coming out and costing Hulk Hogan the match, which would pretty much set up their WrestleMania match between Hogan and McMahon. So, yeah, this is Rock versus Hogan. That was the main event, by the way. Stone Cold versus Eric Bischoff. And then we also have round 2, Triple H versus Scott Steiner, which was, again, a snooze fest of a match. Everybody crapped on it. So, yeah, this was a pretty good pay-per-view. Other matches feature Jeff Hardy versus Chris Jericho. I think this was Jeff Hardy's last pay-per-view match before he got fired. So, yeah, he got fired because he got caught with weed. And, of course, WWE doesn't mess around with that crap, so they fired his ass. So, yeah, but anyway, that's the consequence when you do drugs. You pay for it, especially when you work for WWE. But anyway, so, yeah, this is a solid match card. It was pretty good. You had also, I think we also had a tag team title match. I think it was Kane and RVD against Regal and Storm. So I think it was either Regal and Storm I think it was Chief Morley. I'm gonna have to rewatch this pay-per-view because I don't remember everything at the moment because I haven't seen No Way Out 2003 in a while. So all in all, a great pay-per-view. So, yeah. Next up, we have WrestleMania 19, which by far is everyone's favorite. It even has the date, March 30th, 2003. This is everybody's favorite WrestleMania for whatever reason. I actually like it, but it's not my favorite WrestleMania. Like that WrestleMania, my favorite WrestleMania will always be WrestleMania. It'll always be WrestleMania 21, the night when Batista beat Triple H for the World Heavyweight title. So, sorry if you hear voices in the background. So, yeah, but anyway. There's Hogan and McMahon on the cover. This was a rather star-studded WrestleMania. You had The Rock versus Austin in their final encounter. Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle for the WWE title. Triple H versus Booker T, which was the night Booker T got buried. I was pretty upset about that, and still am. I thought Booker T should have gone over. But again, I think Triple H just held a grudge against WCW or something. But that's no reason to hold somebody back. That's crap. So, yeah, this match was pretty good. It stole the show. Hogan versus McMahon. Excellent match. We also had other matches. We had Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match for the SmackDown Tag Team titles, featuring Los Guerreros, Chris Benoit and Rhino, Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin, and who was the other tag team? So Los Guerreros, Benjamin and Haas, Chris Benoit and Rhino. Oh, damn. No, I think it was it a triple threat tag match? No, it was a triple threat tag match. I have to go back and watch this too. But anyway, this is a solid WrestleMania. So yeah, I have not watched this in a while. So I might actually watch it tonight or tomorrow. So solid WrestleMania. So next up we have Backlash 2003. Rock versus Goldberg. No, that's not Steve Austin. That's Goldberg. So this was Goldberg's first official match with WWE, and it was a great match. And take a look at the back. Yeah, I like to show the back of the DVDs. I think this was around the time in 2003 when WWE was using licensing for their pay-per-views, like using actual licensed music. Like for this pay-per-view, we had Cold Remedy. WrestleMania featured Limp Bizkit, Crack Addict, or whatever the name of that song is. No Way Out featured Evanescence, Bring Me to Life, and then Trust Company for the Royal Rumble. I can't remember the name of the song. It's track number 2 on their album. But anyway, this was a really good pay-per-view. Goldberg and The Rock main evented, and it was a good match. Also, we had John Cena versus Brock Lesnar in their first ever encounter for the WWE Championship. Their first of many future encounters. This was back when John Cena was doing his stupid, retarded rapping gimmick, which I really did not like. I like John Cena now, but back in 2003, he was just getting under my skin. And I was like, what's this guy thinking that he's a gangster? Give me a break, you know? But then over time, I actually began to like John Cena. He grew on me. So, yeah, but back in this period, he was really annoying. But anyway. Also, we had Los Guerreros versus Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin. Booker T, Shawn Michaels, and Kevin Nash against Triple H, Chris Jericho, and Ric Flair. And I think we had a Raw Tag Team title match, too. The Dudley Boys against, who was it? RVD and Kane. And Chief Morley was the referee. Well, Chief Morley we knew as Val Venus. Hello, ladies. So, yeah. I had to do that, guys. I'm sorry. But anyway. Also Big Show versus Rey Mysterio. And other matches. But this one is mainly known for The Rock versus Goldberg in their first match. Next up, we have Judgment Day 2003. This pay-per-view was pretty good. I actually have the episode of Raw before this pay-per-view. I have it videotaped somewhere. But then you can watch it on the network, so it's not that big of a deal. But anyway, you have Triple H versus Kevin Nash for the world title. And you have Big Show versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE title. And a stretcher match, by the way. So, take a look at the back. And, let's see. It's just got pictures, images of the matches themselves, like certain screenshots. So, all in all, great pay-per-view. So, yeah, this match was very violent. Nash and Triple H and Brock Lesnar and Big Show speaks for itself. It was a stretcher match. Also, we had the Intercontinental title Battle Royal. Also, we had some funny segments between Eric Bischoff and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Those were pretty funny. All in all, just some great wrestling in this pay-per-view. I definitely recommend you give it a watch, either on the network or if you have the DVD, just pop it into your DVD player and just watch it. Next up, this was the first time that they did this, like during the brand split. This was the first ever Raw pay-per-view. This was Bad Blood 2003. The main event was Kevin Nash versus Triple H for the World Heavyweight title inside Hell in a Cell. And taking a look at the back, this was actually here in Houston, by the way. I actually wanted to go to this pay-per-view, but we never really got around to it. Plus, at the time I wasn't working. I was still in high school back when this was taking place. So, this era of 2003 was back during wrestling's heyday, back when it was good. Nowadays it's too PG, it's too corny. Yeah, they're trying to get a little bit more edgier now, but still, it's just crap, And of course, back then you didn't have some idiot by the name of Roman Reigns, Tribal Chief. Tribal pedophile. But anyway, and I'm trailing off. Anyway, but this is a Bad Blood 2003. You didn't get no suffering succotash during these pay-per-views. That's for damn sure. But anyway, or tater tots. God, that was so lame. Anyway, Yeah, and I'm harping about it too much. Anyway, so this is No Way Out 2003. Great show. Great pay-per-view. Give it a watch. I think you'll like it. This was during Triple H's reign of terror as World Heavyweight Champion. So, also, I think you had an Intercontinental title match with Christian and Booker T. Of course, Booker T was the hometown hero. So, yeah. All right. Next up is Vengeance 2003. This took place on the SmackDown brand. This was, of course, Stephanie McMahon and Eric Bischoff were competing against each other. So Stephanie was like, okay, you guys want to have a Raw pay-per-view? I'm going to have a SmackDown pay-per-view. It's going to be Vengeance. So, and dare I say, it was a great pay-per-view. You had Undertaker versus John Cena. You had Eddie Guerrero versus Chris Benoit to crown the U.S. champion. And you also have the triple threat match for the WWE title featuring Big Show, Kurt Angle, and Brock Lesnar. And there's some pictures down here. I think also Vince McMahon wrestled, I think. I think he did. He wrestled that one-legged guy, Zach Gowen. Zach Gowen. There you go. I couldn't pronounce his freaking name. One thing about Zach Gowen, I really liked his theme song. It was actually by Seether. Nobody's gonna stand in my way. Pretty cool. So, yeah, this was a great pay-per-view. SmackDown presented. SmackDown representation. So, great show. Undertaker, of course, is the cover, the poster. All right. Next up is SummerSlam 2003. Rather interesting cover they chose to go with. I don't mind it. I like it. So, solid pay-per-view. Of course, if you ask me, I don't think SummerSlam is a part of one of the major shows. I think it should be classified as a regular show, if you ask me. Because if you ask me, SummerSlam is kind of crappy. Lately, especially ever since 2015, or ever since as early as, I don't know, 2009, 2010, that's when SummerSlam began to go down the pooper, But during this time, during 2003, they could go no wrong. It was a great pay-per-view. Kurt Angle versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE title. You also had the Elimination Chamber match between, try to remember all the contestants. You had Triple H as the champion. You had Randy Orton, Chris Jericho, Kevin Nash, Shawn Michaels, and I'm trying to remember. Oh, Goldberg. Yeah, Goldberg. That's right, Goldberg. Yeah, so it was Goldberg, Michaels, Nash, Orton, Jericho, and Hunter. So yeah, it was a Elimination Chamber. This is the night when Goldberg was defeated by Triple H, pretty much not burying him, but Goldberg should have won on this night. But of course, Triple H had a lot of creative control. In fact, I heard that Vince and Hunter had a bit of an argument backstage because Vince wanted to put over Goldberg, but Triple H is like, no, I want to be the one to leave the champion because I'm the game. Triple H. I'm just kidding. But, yeah, this is also the night when we had other matches. We had the... I know there was a Fatal 4. Yeah, Fatal 4 for the U.S. title. It was Eddie Guerrero, Rhino, Chris Benoit, and Tajiri. So, excellent. Excelente. So, yeah, great show. Very great show. RVD versus Kane was actually one of the matches, too. So, all right, speaking of Kane. Oh, by the way, this was the year when Kane unmasked. Yeah, he actually unmasked, and then he became this psychotic monster villain. He would attack people. He even set poor Jim Ross on fire. That was hard to watch back in the day. So anyway, Unforgiven 2003. This was the night when Goldberg finally beat Triple H for the World Heavyweight Championship. And boy, oh boy, was I happy. So, also we had Shane McMahon versus Kane in a Last Man Standing match. That was a really violent match. Also we had... What other matches did we have? This was a stacked card back in the day. I think we had an Intercontinental title match, I think. With, RVD... And I'll remember later when I'm not thinking about it. I hate when that happens. So, solid pay-per-view. I think No Way Out. No Way Out. I think Unforgiven. This pay-per-view was like really up there with one of the best. And speaking of the best, I actually want to apologize because in the last DVD review of pay-per-views I've done, I actually misguided one of the pay-per-views. I think it was the 2006 pay-per-view collection. I got to December to Dismember and I called it One Night Stand. So I really apologize for that. So yeah, I meant to say December to Dismember. That was the worst pay-per-view of all. The freaking Extreme Elimination Chamber. Bobby Lashley won. Well, I mean, I wasn't too upset that Lashley won. I was actually glad that he won. So, and then I found out that whoever the original winner was supposed to be, I was pretty pissed. I'm like, wow, really? But anyway, Unforgiven 03, great show. Randy Orton versus Shawn Michaels. Legend versus Legend Killer. This was back during Randy Orton's Legend Killer phase. We had other matches. I can't really remember them all right now, but great pay-per-view. September 2003. All right, next up we have No Mercy 2003. I actually ordered this when it came out. I ordered the pay-per-view. You had Brock Lesnar versus Undertaker in a Biker's Chain match. You had Stephanie McMahon versus Vince McMahon in the first ever daughter versus father match, where it was rather very, very hard to watch. Just watching some of the stuff that Vince did in that match. So it was crazy. Zach Gowen versus Matt Hardy, and Zach's last match with the company before he got, I think he either got released or he quit. But yeah, I remember what else. The APA versus the Basham Brothers. I remember that match. Really great show. No Way Out to Big Show versus Eddie Guerrero for the U.S. title. One of my favorite matches. Great show. And yeah, No Mercy 03, very great. Next up, we have Survivor Series 2003, which is one of my favorite Survivor Series events of all time. You have Shane McMahon on the cover. And this was the night when Shane and Kane finally closed off their feud. It was an ambulance match. What does it say? A fall from grace. Whatever that means. Yeah, every pay-per-view back in these days had a tagline. So this tagline was a fall from grace, which was okay, whatever, you know. So we had Kane versus Shane McMahon in an ambulance match to finally end off their feud. We had Team Angle versus Team Lesnar, which, of course, Team Angle consisted of Kurt Angle, of course, Hardcore Holly, Chris Benoit, John Cena, and Bradshaw. It was supposed to be Farouk, but I don't know what. I think he got hurt or something. I don't remember. Or unless he was too hammered. I still love Farouk, by the way. But I know he was going through some issues back in this time period. So, yeah, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they just took him out because they thought he wasn't a big enough name or something. I don't know. But they replaced him with John Cena, and they went up against Brock Lesnar, Matt Morgan, Nathan Jones, A-Train, and The Big Show. So this was the first night when John Cena actually delivered the Attitude Adjustment, or the FU, when he delivered it to The Big Show. That was pretty cool. We also have Team Austin versus Team Bischoff. We had Team Austin, which consisted of Shawn Michaels, RVD, the Dudley Boys, and who's the other one? Okay, we got RVD, Shawn Michaels, Bubba Ray, Devon, and RVD, Shawn Michaels, Bubba Ray, Devon. Oh, damn, I'm drawing a blank. Crap. I know Bischoff's team had Scott Steiner, Randy Orton, Chris Jericho. Anyway, the rules were that if Stone Cold's team were to lose, he would be fired as Raw GM, which unfortunately that's what happened. So, that was RVD, Bubba Ray, Devon, that's 3. Shawn Michaels. Oh man, I hate when I can't remember shit. And trust me, it's gonna hit me right after I remember. Like when I'm not doing the review, that's when it's finally gonna hit me. I hate that. So anyway, solid pay-per-view. Triple H versus Goldberg. Vince McMahon versus Undertaker in a buried alive match. Really great match. Of course, Kane came out and messed it all up and gave Vince the win. So yeah, Survivor Series, great show. This is my favorite pay-per-view, by the way. I wish they would bring this back. We have, what does it say right here? Evolution of the Game. That was the tagline for this pay-per-view. So you have Triple H on the cover. I think that's Triple H. So this was the night when Evolution, every single member won every championship. Of course, Batista would wrestle twice on this show because he wrestled Shawn Michaels and he lost. He lost against HBK, and then he was freaking out backstage, and then that's when Ric Flair's like, I got a plan. And that's when later on that night they won the Tag Team Turmoil and also the Raw Tag Team titles, or the World Tag Team titles as it were at the time. And then you finally had Triple H getting the World Championship back when he defeated Kane and Goldberg in a triple threat match. So yeah, you also had Randy Orton versus Rob Van Dam, where he won the Intercontinental title, and Mark Henry versus Booker T. And pretty much this was a star-studded show. I really enjoyed the 2003 pay-per-views. So that's pretty much going to do it, guys. That's all of the pay-per-views. I'm missing two, but I'm not really looking to get those right now. They're like UK exclusive pay-per-views. It's Insurrection and Rebellion, but I'm not going to be getting those. But anyway, I don't know. Maybe I will, but I guess we'll see. All right, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Thank you for watching. Leave your comment. Let me know which one was your favorite pay-per-view of 2003 and which one was your favorite match of 2003. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, whenever that may be. Adios, amigos.